Hello people, this is Power here to review the Ultraman Trigger DX G.U.T.S Hyper Key Premium New Generation Hero Set Vol.2. So this is the second half of the New Generation Heroes set, as you can see here, as opposed to the last set with Ginga. Here we have Taiga and the box in red. It's basically the same lineup or outline, just, you know, differently orientated or arranged and such, meaning this still has the slip cover like so. So here's the lineup for Volume 2. We got X, G Primitive, Taiga, Titus, and Fuma. And then New Generation Heroes, we get the red stars. And then the back comprises of the following 5 and Z. So, interestingly, obviously, as I kind of alluded to before, they actually made these. Why can't I slide this in? They actually made these boxes be able to be connected to one another, as you can see from here, which surprisingly actually does fit. Because I really do like how this does look like. It would have been cool if they had like a lineup of the 5 within this set and the 5 of this set. But that's basically it for the front, because then when we flip it around the other way, here we have the full memoriam of the New Generation Heroes, which is pretty neat. That, you know, it's really cool when Bandai does stuff like this, as we last had this with the Ride Watch Courser sets. So let's, before taking these out, show the backdrop, as it's Taiga's Rise sequence. So here we have the entire set out and such, so moving the Tri-Squad to the side. So here we have Ultraman X, obviously in traditional fashion since G.U.T.S, he's green. This one is B030, and he is U-22. And comparing it to Reboot, he's definitely slightly darker. The lights are not helping. Maybe if we drop the ISO, then you can actually tell. But yeah, in person, this one's definitely a bit darker than Reboot, but the stained glass green is still the same. Again, there's X. Obviously, I really adore it. To run through it again, basically the sound sets of these premium hyperkeys are basically the Z is the Z premium set, just without the phrase mode. So the second mode, we have the like henshin / transformation mode, to where it's basically a, oh, what if this person used the G.U.T.S spark lens? And so basically their phrases are corresponding to whatever the G.U.T.S spark lens has laid out. And obviously this mode changes up how many phrases there are depending how that Ultra transforms with the G.U.T.S spark lens. Then we got sound mode. obviously then we get the transformations. I'm not going to do it like what I did in the last set for some reason and actually just play the sounds, because that defeats the whole purpose as to why we use them in the G.U.T.S Spark lens. I'll only play the transformations twice, but the BGM track for this one is obviously Ultraman X. And then we have two sounds, or attacks, or we get a grunt and then like 2 to 3 attacks. I just said I wasn't going to play those, and yet I'm doing that. We'll probably only do it with X then. And then color timer. Alright, and then switching it back to Hyperkey mode. Next up, we have G.U.T.S, who's in a really interesting maroon color. He is B026. And then we have U-24. And then I actually should have kept them out. But... where are you? Is this you? No. Where are you? Alright. So obviously to compare, here's G.U.T.S and Belial. The purple's definitely a lot darker, interestingly. But, you know, we finally have these two keys together. Then sounds. Riku has additional phrases. Following this. And that's it. I don't understand why they decide to throw those phrases in, because he didn't do that with the Z Riser. I forgot these were in here. You heard a little bit of the G.U.T Riser. That one's delayed for some reason. Like, you press it, you have to wait for it. But that one's actually from Z. Like, it's really weird that, it's weird that for the most part, they're obviously taking audio from, like, the show. But then, for the G.U.T shout, that's from Z. Which works. And then the BGM track for G.U.T is it G.U.T Noada? I don't remember the title. Here we have Taiga in red. Rosel's in storage, but he's boxed up now. But I assume this one's a darker red. Red U-27. And this one's B027. Obviously, I should probably state. Obviously, all three of these keys have Hiroyuki. And then the BGM track for Taiga is Buddy Steady Go. Alright. So here we have Titus. I really do like the shade of yellow he is. He's like a dark yellow. B029. U-28. All of them have this. Oh, the Tri-Squad. And the BGM track for Titus is his character song. Which is interesting, definitely. These ones are quick, might as well. Then we get the weirdest one. Here's Fuma. For some reason, they felt the need of having more green Ultramen. I get it. It's because the last set had the two blues, and they're like, well, we can't make Fuma another blue, so we would just make him lighter green. And it's just like, I can see why they chose lighter green because of his secondary color being a lighter shade of blue, but it's really weird to associate Fuma with green. And it's to the point that this is the exact same track as X, so that's kind of disappointing. But other than that, he's U-29. Like, it's just weird because obviously the Tri-Squad is supposed to be like red, yellow, and blue, but now they're not anymore. Now they're literally a traffic sign or like a traffic light, and it's just weird. Just like Titus, Fuma's BGM track is his character song. Which I really do like. We're taking too long on all this. Alright, so X will be the only one we will show in both modes. Everyone else we will show in the Henshin mode. So, jeez, focus please. X will be the only one we will show in both modes. Everyone else will be in the henshin mode. This is being fussy today. Like, it doesn't want to read anything. So the sound structure is the same as the previous set. There's at least 6 to 7 attack sounds, and then for the majority of them, corresponding grunts. And I also just want to remind you that when you hold this down in the normal mode, you get the color timer. And then when you hold it down again, you get the BGM. And then this last sound is kind of weird. Yeah, they for some reason decide to add Ultimate Zedidium when that's not even an attack he did as X. That's a thing specifically for the hybrid armor. So that's kind of weird. And then obviously the last sound. There he goes flying off. I really do appreciate this toy does a good job at actually using X's voice. Like, Daichi is in here, obviously for certain sounds, but like for the most part, not really. Then for the henshin mode, well, we get Daichi shouting X, and then obviously we get the transformation as average, but then you have to press the button to get the announcement. And obviously in this mode it goes straight into the BGM. And to turn off, just hold the button down, and then to hold it down again for the color timer. Again, I apologize that I did this. Riku's work. I'm generally gonna skip the like you go, I go, here we go because I feel like it's honestly really unnecessary for this toy, especially because he didn't do that with the Z-Riser. Gosh darn it. Just to say, I think if I remember correctly, all of these ones have a Stingray firing sound. Yeah. But yeah, like I literally like how they structured G.U.T.S sounds for the Henshin mode because I think his phrases really do help with the overlapping sounds or being able to have overlapping sounds. But that's just really because like I think this is basically just programmed to have a delay when you press the trigger, which I really appreciate and such. And I really do like the G starts at the start of the transformation, just like how a standard G transformation would go. Like I think the phrases here, obviously when you open the spark lens, are fine because that will make sense. But just like again, the stuff for when he actually uses the ultra capsules, I feel it's unnecessary because this is not a ultra capsule. It's a hyper key. Like I understand that they're kind of restricted to what they have and such, but like I feel like they should have followed what they did with Zet, because obviously there he adapted to what the Zet Riser was and such. Like again, I get that they can't do that adapting because of limitations. Anyways, here are the rest of the sounds and color timer. Obviously, because this is only primitive, he's restricted to attacks in primitive. I think he did do diffusion shower as primitive, so I'll let that slide. Just like X, they ran out of material. Yeah, so they included the attack from the final episode, which I guess this one you can slide a bit more because primitive was present, but it's just yeah, you can tell they didn't have any material. And that what this attack is specifically I know it was called like the opening title for sure, but anyways, let's hear him fly off. I really do like those sounds. Okay, like, we're not gonna do, because of the fact these, obviously, all the Tri-Squad are individuals, we're gonna just treat them individually.
Ultraman Tiger. Story up.
I think this one works really weirdly in the Henshin mode. You're gonna tell. So, like, that sounds right. Then, like, gotta wait for the buddy go. And then... gosh darn. I've been forgetting to obviously address the LEDs. So obviously X gives off green, G gives off purple because he was given purple since Taiga because of his relation of Belial. Taiga is obviously red. Taiga, the Tri-Squad, I really like their sound structure because their finishers are obviously based off of their attacks of the Ultra accessories and plus their other like main attacks, like, which I think is really cool. Now, like, ever since I filmed the demo, now I can finally hear Taiga say Supreme Blaster. I just thought that it was always, like, a mistake of, like, in the first episode that he was just saying Sturmium Blaster. But no, I can finally hear the Supreme. So I really like how, like, you know, just normalized this one is. Like, it's pretty neat. Alright, we're dealing with 3 of these, so we might as well just use them all. Because my issue is that I kind of wish that we had the, like, Hiroyuki's phrase after activating this. And then when we insert it, we can have Buddy go. I'm also using this one in the Dark Spark ones because this one refuses to work in here. Of course, because this one's like really tight in here for some reason. I don't get it. Like, so obviously this is whack shoot. There's Titus with the yellow LED. Okay. But I really do appreciate with Titus and Fuma, they actually had to like shorten up the character songs. So, you know, they didn't have to just rely on like, oh, look, the TV size version here is already provided. Let's just drop that in. Like here, they actually had to go into the song and like actually be like, all right, how can we actually shorten these up? I really appreciate it. So you know how I said beforehand, I really appreciated that all the Tri Squad were like actually like, you know, in line and were just like, okay, just utilize whatever attacks they had in like the Ultra Ruts. Not with this one, however. After this. For some reason, they added a Tri-Blade finisher to Titus. Like, why? If you're going to do that, add it to the other two. That Hiroyuki's actually involved in that one, but again, it's just because they pulled it off the show. I don't know why that one's long, but I'm pretty sure this was the first one he did because I don't know. I've only seen up to 4 episodes of Taiga. Bye, Titus. And because I just forgot that the Ancient Spark ones does not have a hypergun mode.
Ultraman Uma. Light Wave.
Alright. Come on.
Light Wave.
So yep, Fuma's green yet again. But I don't know, like I feel like it's really weird personally that I feel like the standbys for Titus and Fuma are really quiet, especially Fuma, which is really weird. But anyways, just to spoil it, Fuma has the same sound structure as Taiga. And like all of his are like really short. I still find it really weird that despite Fuma being an 050 Ultra, he didn't get any of them. I guess because Taiga's the main character and he needs the most, but I think I only got to see him use Ginga, I believe. Because that's what he used in his debut episode, I believe. Here he goes. Here we go with circle arms. We're giving X the sword because of the... He was supposed to have the arrow. Because of the the beta spark. Because of the G.U.T. claw. Tri-blade. Power. Speed. Alright, so let's try there. Something like that. So overall, I think this, well, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think this set is as good as the first set. Just because I feel like this set definitely has like the weird oddities of just like, this one definitely had more of the, shoot, we don't have enough material, let's just throw whatever we could. Like, again, Ultimate Zydium, the Hope of G.U.T, I think that's what it was called, and the Titus Burning Hammer. Like, it just doesn't make sense why they're included. But, you know, again, if I had to say my favorites, it's honestly between Taiga and Fuma. Like, obviously I like X because it's X, but like, the Ultimate Zydium's inclusion definitely puts it down to like second. G.U.T, I feel like is kind of lacking, weirdly. I don't know why. Titus I want to like too, but the inclusion of the Burning Hammer is weird. But obviously, if you adore the Tri-Squad, X or G.U.T, I do recommend this. And obviously, just to have all 10 of these hyper keys together is pretty neat, because all of these are Ginga through Fuma. They're like U20 through U29, so they do cover like a huge chunk. And yeah, again, the correlation does work. Obviously, all the Tri-Squad are together, and obviously X and G.U.T are together because of Ultra Galaxy Fight. But yeah, this one, like, yeah, I do have my grievances with it, but like, why am I even saying that, really? But like, yeah, like, some things do kind of bother me, but it's not, it shouldn't ruin your excitement for this, or like your expectations for the set. Again, this goes around for the same price as the first set in the aftermarket, somewhere between $50 to $70, which again, I'll say will be fine, just because I finally remember, because each key is essentially $13 each, because I remembered that in the blog they basically explained that the premium keys had to like increase in price because of how much more stuff they added in them. But it's just the same quality. It's just they needed more capacity, which leads into the compression of music, which I didn't really talk about that a lot, because that's just something I talked about more in the openings of these sets. And I personally don't remember my opinions, but I think for the most part they're fine. I think it was this one I didn't really like the compression for. I mean, I think these three are alright. I think G.U.T.S fine. But these two definitely have weird compression. But yeah. Glad that I finally got these sets over with, but the next video is still going to be more painful. That'll have to do with this review, so this is Power, and I'll leave people.